Starware. Our passion is for the future.
Tell time. Actually, I've always known that. I am chronologically challenged. As Ob is going to send that no way. Is that going to be? Sheesh.
Stack there to recover it. It's going to go for a clear, but unfortunately there, Isolate playing very far back for High Voltage. Is going to recover it. Lulz on the recovery, going to go for a pass onto Goran Jr., who's going to juke, going for the one more pass, and Lulz able to secure the first round for High Voltage.
Back into the hands of Aiden. Aiden going low now. Pass to Crispy. Crispy walking it in. Can he do it? Bounce shot. Oh. No, it's recovered by Pigeon. They needed 3 though. They need the goalie. Oh!
They got it. They got it. We're going to overtime. No, you cannot do this.
Now that's going to be through the tube. These stacks, the double stacks are there. The shot is going to be stopped. Talk about that defense getting back at the right time, but it's still in the hands of Helmet. Helmet, another save from Howler. Talk about this defense. They're not letting Helmet put any more points on the board. Down to neutral zone. Who's there first? No one. It's eventually going to be Tejada. Tejada, no, gets stolen from his hands. X open 3, but gets stunned. Who's going to be there? Catnip. 3 points. But Catmon taking an early lead. They are the higher seeded team, I do believe, and definitely maybe showing that 1 rank difference. It's quite large.
Careful because there are a lot of converging defenders. Tries to slice it over to the side. A steal from Sendo. Another shot from Sendo. And send in for 3.
All the way down to the orange side of the arena. Mamba now slapping it right to his teammate. That was actually a behind the back blind slap. Zach slowing it down, really patient, slapping it down, passing it to Duke. Duke trying to pass across the Caption back to Duke, and then Duke in the top pocket over the goalie. Really well played off the bat. Synapse coming out strong.
You don't wanna know.
Good afternoon, Jackson Jills. I'm Tec.hni.que, and this is 3-Minute Meta. In this installment, we are going to talk about Pop-Tarts. Now, you might be wondering which flavor of Pop-Tart is the best for my position. And while this is ultimately a subjective decision, you as an individual should do what is best for you. We can identify tendencies. Now, it is somewhat common, you might even say the norm, for teams to unify around a single flavor. And while uniformity can breed cohesion, you wouldn't generally want a 4-man team of strikers that were not so great at defense. So that's where we'll start. For strikers, chocolate-flavored Pop-Tarts are going to provide the most direct benefit. As a striker, you will commonly find yourself in stressful situations, and what better way to calm those nerves than with a chocolatey breakfast. The additional sugar content will also provide you with the energy you need to stay in front of that aggressive defense. For midfielders and playmakers, it's really about your style of play. If you're the brawler type, you're going to want to go with blueberry because that's what you tend to dish out, blueberries. Playmakers want to lean more towards cherry or strawberry. These flavors will provide comfort when you come to terms with the middle child nature of your position on the team. And for those of you that are particularly good at those 1v1s and stealing the disc, raspberry, because and finally, for our goalies, for the stay-at-home defenseman style of goalies, s'mores are the go-to flavor. They give that at-home by-the-fireplace feeling for when you're camped out in the backfield. And for our dive goalies and offensive style goalies, cinnamon sugar. The bite from the cinnamon gives you that small slap you require to stay awake and aware in the goal, and the extra sugar content gives you the energy for those small bursts of action you find yourself in periodically. In the end, the flavor you choose is up to you, but consider the benefits of utilizing particular flavors for particular situations. You will generally find that a diversity of flavors on any given team will provide the best overall results within uniformity. As always, thank you very much for watching. I've been Tec.hni.que. Please don't take this one seriously. Shout out to the Echo Arena VRML Discord server, the Real Mamba, Princess Luna, Sphinx Dollar, and so many others that will be upset I didn't give a shout out, and have a wonderful day.
Check your time, don't know how to feel, but I'm not sorry. I'm lost in your eyes, are you even real? But don't you worry, I'm not looking for the one, no,
Aurora, but Anomaly instead right there, that chain. Oh man, we cannot stop talking about it and just how fast it is. Now, this one picked up by Acorn and with a little over the head.
Moments that a turnover happens and Seven's been able to turn those around and convert them into points. Oh no, another one, Citizen long shot. Unbelievable. They're up by 9.
Wow. And says Jaywalker getting in the offense, well, almost, but instead picked off, and that's another clear, and that's another goal, and guess who?
Clear.
He might gonna take it in. It is a 2-on-1. Looking for that pass across to Tipper. Tipper now with the disc. That defender got baited out, and a shot there from Tipper.
Yeah, heck with it now on the back line. 2.5 minutes to go in the second round. Paper looking to end this one in 2. Oh, they're still tied. Setup, what a setup.
No, Bartstar denying it as it is going to go bounce into the midfield. Bushibo now with the disc. Bushibo over. Woo! What?
Players and now slapped down. It looks like it will be Palace to collect this one. Palace going for the cross to Law, and the Law, he puts it in.
A great save there by Chris Custom, able to pick it up and clear it back down the field. It is now loose.
I won't give it all away, 'cause I don't think I'll stay. No, I can't be the only one who doesn't wanna follow. Doesn't wanna
Palidore here with another VRML top plays featuring Anomaly versus Corrosion from Season 3, Week 4. Starting off at 10, it's Tuna getting tuned up. It's a missile of a release, unconventional but with a heat-seeking precision. At 9, it's Acorn with a shovel pass, and that was ace. Great dive from Anubis, just better self-defense and then offense from Fontac. Next, at the pyramid, it's the Eye of Anubis. Not a scarab defender at all, with denial. At 7, it's Sweet Tooth treating Acorn with a sick pass through the congested airways. Winging it at number 6 with some ghastly moves, it's Ghost Stuck being kept in flux with -0, the Big Dipper of a save. Top 5, Sweet Tooth comes in with a very crafty bounce to get it over the defender, but Anubis recovering just in time. Fontac then tracks it down, and Acorn throws it down. Salty Tortoise now at 4 after a Dusty on the defender does see a 3. Honorable mention to Sweet Tooth, who very nearly got the headbutt save while stunned. At 3, it's Tortoise and the hair trigger. Clean pass from Anubis, cleaner finish from Salty Tortoise to squeeze it past a pair of defenders. Number 2 is gutsy and almost disrespectful. First, it's Tortoise with a Salt on Sweet, then Anubis pressing up with a ridiculous anchor 2 directly in front of Sweet before coming out of the stun. And your top play, Tuna is ending this countdown and the round down the way she started it. In overtime, Salty Tuna Fish wins it for Corrosion with the Frisbee Fling. Someone call Gordon Ramsay because that shot is ice cold in the middle. Few people in Echo can pull off a shot quite like that, but if no one else, Tuna can. And with that, this has been VRML Top Plays. Thanks for watching.
Clockwork was newly formed in Cycle 2. How did this team come together?
Both me, Ares, and Okina were like freeloaders. We didn't really belong anywhere. Especially me. For those who don't know, some people may know, but I played a lot in North America, even though I'm Europe. So basically what started happening was we started playing a lot of mixed scrims, or in North America that would be privates. And we just had fun together, right? So what we do is we created this team and we started playing as this team against other teams, even though we didn't have officially a team, right? Because at the time Baguette was in Hellbent, but he was also kind of bored and he wanted to play more. So we just played together for fun. And then we started beating teams that we quote unquote shouldn't beat. We were doing really well, right? So we were like, okay, we might actually make a team here. So that was the plan for Season 4. But then things changed and we decided to make the team for this season instead. And Baguette offered to leave Team Hellbent to join us. So yeah, that's kind of the story. So we're just a bunch of friends going together playing some teams.
What preparation did you do as a team and personally for the Challenger Cup?
As a team, I think we weren't too worried about the Challenger Cup. We knew we were almost certainly going to get in, or we felt like it at least. We have played a lot of those teams before and we did really well against them, right? We felt we were coming strong, but of course I remember both Ares and Baguette, I think, before the Challenger Cup, they were kind of like a little shaky, you know. Of course you gotta be that, it's a tournament and you have to perform, right? For me as well, it felt very different from a normal VRML match because there's actually something a small bit on the line. Like we would get into Master and we would start playing higher level teams, which of course for us is fun. And that's why everyone on our team is playing, we're playing for fun. Preparation wise, we scrimmed teams, we talked some things over, but we went in very simple and our play style is very, everyone does what they feel like. We don't have any plans or plays or QBs really simple if you actually look at it, but it's also hard to counter because it's so simple and it's so viable. So if the enemy team does something, one player can just move a bit, adapt to that, and then we're good to go. Players do kind of what they want, they position like what they like. Of course we have basic positions, like Oki is a little bit of a defender with me, I'm goalkeeper, the other two are strikers. But it switches around, everyone scores, everyone gets assists, everyone gets saves even. It's just well-rounded, we don't really have anything set in stone.
The Everest matchup was your 4th match in the round robin and a tough matchup. What were you feeling going into that 3rd round?
This is certainly where our team has to work on the most because as many expected before we made this team, our team has a little bit of issues here and there when it comes to mentality. Losing is not the best for us. So coming into that 3rd round, we didn't really have that grip that we should have, and the mentality, the call-outs, everything was kind of toned down and everyone was kind of, yep, okay, like no one was putting the maximum amount of effort in. Of course, like we were trying, but you can't try your best when everyone's a little bit weighed down by everyone else, right? So, but me personally feeling like going into that round, I felt like it could go either way, right? Because we won the first one, and then we lost the second one, and then we're going into that 3rd round, and it's like, but we also had in our heads that even if we lose, it probably won't matter because we had I think coming into the match, we had a really high amount of goals compared to the other teams. So, and knowing that Everest was playing Exploited next, which it's also a really good matchup, and it wouldn't be too much of a score difference between those two teams, even if Exploited were to win. We knew we were gonna make that tie, so I think that also made a point that we didn't play as well as we could have. Also, like we got tired. Everyone played for a long time. The last 2-3 games a little bit sloppy. We're going in super strong the first 2 games, and even I was surprised by the scores we got on the first 2 games. Going into that 3rd round, I felt like this is going to go either way, and I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Your first 2 matches in the Master Tier are this week. How are you feeling going into those matches?
Of course, playing Master Tier is a lot different than playing in Ladder and Diamond teams, because everyone's obviously a lot better, or not a lot, but at least better, because they're in the top. And this week we've gotten Intoxicated. If we play well, I think we might have a small chance, but I would say it's gonna be a tough one. But I hope we can pull ourselves together and play like we know we can, because when we play now like we know we can, we don't make that many mistakes. Our passing game is usually really good. There's some things that could be fixed here and there, but usually we can hold up against really strong teams, and we've proven that to ourselves in scrims. If we have a good day and we play well, I think it's gonna be a really good game. Going up against Hyperion, I'm not sure at all. I don't think we've ever really played Hyperion, Scrim or anywhere, so that could go either way. I don't know. So that one's a little bit scary because I don't think any of us really knows how they play, and I don't think they know how we play. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in that game.
Good afternoon, Jackson Jills. I am Monsieur Demouy, and this is 3-Minute Meta. In this 3rd installment, we are going to cover defensive joust schemes. So I'm going to throw a whole bunch of numbers at you, and then we're going to break them down. 2-1-1, 1-2-1, 1-1-2, 2-2, and 1-1-1-1, though we're just going to call this man from here on. These are your basic defensive joust schemes. With the exception of man coverage, the 3 numbers correspond to 3 assignments in the following order: forecheck, midfield, and backfield. The numbers represent how many players you're committing to each of these assignments and
Hello everyone and welcome to VRML Channel 3. I am your caster and cameraman, Focus_EXE, and for this matchup, we're going to have Technique versus Paper. So this matchup definitely has a big effect on the Challenger Cup. Both these teams looking to get in there as best as they can, as hard as they can. They're going to fight for as long and as hard as they can to get into that Challenger Cup. And yes, I know overlay is broken. My fault. Should have probably checked it before gas started. But I will get this ready up ping going. And yeah. So how is everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing amazing, because I will be sad. Not actually, but I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys, well, yeah, I will get this underway as soon as possible. And we will start hopefully soon because we have another great match for you guys right after this. And that will be Phoenix versus Rusty Robots. Another Diamond Tier matchup. This obviously being a Diamond Tier matchup. So hopefully, you know, we can get two good matches going. We do have Channel 1 and Channel 2 going on alongside this. So yeah, as these teams are going to get this underway, we're going to have a ready up from Paper. Hopefully we can get a ready up from Technique. So we can, yep, and there it is. So we're going to get started here. Yeah, we are on this neutral joust. Hello to everyone that is joining us here as this neutral joust is getting underway. As these tunnels are going to be opening up, it will be Technique coming out and winning this neutral joust. Will be JDG is here picking it up, sending it back to Na. Na sending it over to Tejada. Mr. and Mrs. Tejada is not able to pick it up. Green Pigeon picking it up. You're going to clear it all the way out through this left tunnel. All the way down. Stack is there from the side of Technique. Good ender from Tejada. Tejada over to JD. JD tries to send the reset to Na. Na gets a hand on it. Na sends it up to Tortoise. Tortoise looking for their options. Moving it up. Under pressure. Gets stunned. Loses the disc. But Na is there to pick it up. Na sending it back to Tortoise. Some good good movement here. Good pressure there coming out from Paper as Green Pigeon is not able to get it out in a shot, but just a little bit under. And it will be picked up by Tejada. Tejada to JD. JD back to Tejada. Tejada over to Tortoise. This JD. JD with the shot, and that is going to be the first two of this match. First two of the match is going to Paper. Technique. My fault. Names were switched up for me there. My brain not working as it should right now. Will be Paper with this joust advantage. We'll see what they can do. Put some points on the board. Heck gets stunned out by Tortoise on that fast stack, and Tortoise gonna put it in for another two. Fast stack coming out there from Technique to put their next 2 points on the board. They are now up 4-0 in this first round. They're up early, and you know, their first 4 points coming within 2 minutes of this round. So it will be Heck again. QBing over to Pigeon. Pigeon doing a little bit of jukes. Pigeon sends it down to Original. Original with it. Original crossing it to Aiden. Aiden taking their time. Aiden tries to send the pass to Pigeon, but gets stunned out, and Tejada there gets it. Tries to clear it out. No, just off the lip of that tunnel. Now loose. Will be picked up by no one. Pigeon now with it. Pigeon trying to look for their options. Pigeon over to Original. Original gets the hand on it. Original looking for that pass. Original down to Pigeon. Pigeon might have a pass, maybe a shot, and Pigeon gonna get their first 2 points on the board in this first round. Hello, G-Dog. Is channel crashing? Is there something going on with the channel? Hopefully not. But if there is, let me know so I can fix it. Got it now. Cubing down to Tortoise. Tortoise sends it all the way through to Na. Na. Got JD. JD one-on-one, and JD gonna ding it off the ding ring. It is now out of their bubble. Tortoise on that line to pick it up. Tejada over to Na. Na can't get the hand on it. He's gonna track it down though. Na on this wall. Na sending it over to Tejada. Tejada loses the hand. It is now drifting back. It will be Tejada though to pick it up. So good recovery. Pigeon trying to get this disc, but no. Tejada sends it over to Na. Na now with it. Na trying to get it to Tortoise, but Tortoise cannot get the hand on it. Original is going to get that slap out, but Na there to recover. This offense is unrelenting so far. Tejada now. Tejada on the ceiling, inverted. Tejada sending the reset to Na. I feel like I'm just saying Na a lot. And I just feel like I'm saying this name a lot. So Na back to JD. JD looking for this offense. JD has a pass. Might take it to Tortoise, but no. JD just gonna take it in for the 2. Technique definitely seeming a little bit more dominant so far, but it is only about 4 minutes in. 5 minutes and 10 seconds, if you will, but... sorry, I think my math is wrong. Now, please ignore me. Unfortunately, just can't get it out of their zone is Paper, and Nah there with it. Nah sending the reset to Tortoise. Tortoise over to Tahada, back to Nah, and Nah putting it in for another 2. Unfortunately, Paper is not showing too much momentum going on here. Technique is definitely coming out strong in this first round. Technique up by 6 here. With that being said, Heck over to Original. I just send it all the way in. Maybe a shot, maybe a bounce, maybe it in. No, but a little bit low. And Tahada is going to pick it up here in this bubble. Tahada over to JD. JD over to Tortoise. Tortoise, put it down a little bit. Tortoise tries to send it all the way through, but not all the way out. Will be picked up by Pigeon, but a good steal there from JD. JD sending it over to Nah. Nah sending the reset to Tahada. Good disc movement here coming out from Technique. Tahada sending it back over to JD. JD moving it up under no pressure. Stack is coming to pressure him now. Over to Tahada. Tahada tries to send it to Tortoise. Tortoise might get the hand on it. Maybe not, and he will. Tortoise looking for that pass. Maybe a shot. Oh, Tortoise gets it stolen, but then gets stolen back, and he puts it back in. A lot of stuff going on there in that little little group there. Apologies if I didn't get all of it. Will be Heck to QB for them again. Carrying it up. Over to Aiden. Aiden crossing it to Original. Original now looking for their options. Over to Aiden. Just trying to get this offense, trying to get a little bit of momentum going. They still have time to come back. So they're just going to try to get this momentum. And with that being said, Original doing a little bit of jukes, crossing it over to Aiden. Aiden to Heck. Good disc movement here from Paper. And then to Pigeon, but no, Pigeon gets his pocket pick from JD. Tries to send the clear, but Heck is there. Over to Pigeon. Pigeon sends the pass to Original, and Original is going to get their second point on the game, in the round. I fault there, a little bit of a tongue twister. I did not mean to spew my words up a little bit. But it will be Technique with this joust advantage. Again, for only the second time. Tortoise not able to get it down to Nah, so Aiden is going to pick it up. Aiden tries to send it over to Original. Original can't get it. Will be Tortoise picking it up in their side. Tortoise sending it all the way through. Will be picked up by no one so far. Nah, just missing it was Aiden, but Aiden able to get the stun on Nah and pick it up. Sending it over to Original. Original sending the clear. Maybe a pass to Aiden. Maybe it was intended. Shot, but no, just a little bit low. And still will be picked up by no one. Pigeon swooping in from that shield and getting there another 2. Paper definitely coming back. They still have 2 minutes to bring it up to a tie game. So we are seeing a little bit of momentum build up for Paper. A lot of mistakes coming out from Technique. Hopefully Paper can continue to capitalize on Technique's mistakes. But with that being said, JD with it inverted on the ceiling. JD's sending it over to Tortoise. Tortoise over to Nah. Nah back to Tortoise. Tortoise. Good passing play by Technique. Couple of passes back and forth from Tortoise to Nah. Nah to Tortoise. And, gets it in there. But good passing play coming out from Technique. Paper now with this joust advantage again in this round. So we will see what they can do. Heck sending it down to Aiden. Aiden up to Original. Original looking for Pigeon. Pigeon's going to get it. Pigeon taking his time. Pigeon sending it back to Heck. Heck over to Aiden. Aiden up to Pigeon. Pigeon can't get a hand on it, so Original is going to be able to get it. Original doing a little bit of jukes on this wall. And they're going to send another reset to Heck. Good resets coming from Paper. Heck over to Pigeon. Pigeon might be looking for a shot, but no, just gets stunned out. Unfortunately, JD is going to get stunned out. Original is going to get stunned out. And Nah is going to get the slap out of their bubble, but not out of their zone. And it will be Heck picking it up. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there. Thought his teammates were the enemy. Will be Aiden, though. Aiden sending it to Pigeon, and Pigeon gonna convert for a 2. Unfortunately, they are out of mathematical time to come back here. So it will be into the hands of Technique, but we'll see if Paper can put a couple more points on the board before this round is over. So Technique is going to be over to Tejada. Tejada doing a little bit of jukes. Just wasting time. Tejada over to Nah. It's a Paper stack. He gets stunned out. Tejada down to Tortoise, and with 5 seconds to go, will be Technique taking this round 12-8.
And the round comes to a close. Shock of the
win. Good round overall from both of these teams. And hello to everyone in the chat, that being T-Dog and Jake. How are you guys doing? T-Dog says, saw Pally for one of our casters. Unfortunately, the Palidore is having a little bit of echo problems, so he will not be joining us, as I know of, for this cast, but he will, well, maybe, if he gets it fixed, maybe be joining me for the Phoenix versus Rusty game, but fortunately not able to join me for this game, which it's okay. Yeah.
I heard you call my name, and all of a sudden things started working again. It's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
Thank you, G-Dog. You did this. You made it work.
Yeah.
Well, how would you like a co-caster for 1 round at least?
I would love a co-caster. That would be amazing.
All right. Well, I guess I'm here now. So let's do it then. I'll let you take it away. Won't break up your stride too much, but glad I got in the game now. So yeah, here we are, Channel 3.
And yeah, it will be Technique winning this again. Maybe a quick points, but no, Heck is there, and he's going to get that clear. Stacks are getting together. JD is going to pick it up on this backline, though.
All right, well, JD with that disc here after that first round win. Now sending it over to JD. JD is there looking for a pass maybe softly over to the other other side of the trench, and Tejada over in the bubble as well, a little outside the range though, so taken over and slapped out of that bubble.
Will be JD here getting that slap over to Tortoise. Tortoise not able to get the hand on it. Will be tracked down by Nah. Nah sending it to Tejada. Tejada sending it to JD, looking for these points. JD putting it in lightly for the first 2 of this round.
Starting where they left off there. I mean, not a huge differential in the first round, obviously, but now these teams, same situation as I probably say too much beating that horse a little bit, but just every game you get in VRML, right down to the literal last week now, you're going to get some really strong competition. And you see these 2 teams in Diamond, they've both have now 20 or 20 plus wins. They've been amazing and guns blazing on that offense, maybe too fast, too many people in there to clutter it up, and now steal it, send it, and interception.
Will be Heck here on this backline. Heck sending it down to Pigeon. Pigeon sending it to Original, but a good stop there from Tortoise. Tortoise is going to get it out of this bubble, but recovered there by Heck on the backline. Sending it down to Pigeon. Pigeon looking for a cut pass, maybe a shot. He has Original, tries to send it to Original, but Original cannot get the hand on it. It will be loose, picked up by JD, and JD's going to send it clear.
All right, so as it gets cleared into the blue zone, there's 2 players retrieving with an open goal. Look at the cut. That was a beautiful lead. JD to Tortoise. Nice assist at that, and that's one heck of a way to start this round and get your second goal. I like that.
I liked that too. Had the open goal, but was not selfish, and maybe could have put it in himself, but no. sent the extra pass instead, maybe emitting a little bit of Kang energy. But that being said, will be Heck here on this QB, sending the self pass. Heck over to Original. Original doing a little bit more jukes. Original down to Aiden, but a good interception there from that stack on Technique. Will be picked up by JD. JD sending it down to Tejada. Tejada has open goal, but no. Tries to send the pass. Tortoise not able to recover. Will be JD. JD looking for this offense. Down to Tortoise. Tortoise sending it in, but for that, Heck gets a hand on it. Will be a self-goal.
What the heck? Well, yeah, you never like to see it, but they got 6 points. Nonetheless, you saw on the backboard as well, waving it around just a little bit to juke outs and freeze up the defense before finally slamming it, giving a really very little chance of being saved. I mean, anything coming in with strength from that close to the goal is very difficult to save, even if you do happen to get a grab or headbutt or otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it is very hard to save those backboard shots. I mean, I'm not a goalie, but I have a teammate who is a goalie, as most teams do. She says it is insanely hard, which I do believe her. And
my team didn't have goalies, but that's also maybe why we're not a team anymore, I guess. So yeah.
Well, 3v3s are much different than 3v4s, so a lot of different playstyles. With that being said, Pigeon has the lane, and Pigeon is going to take that one-on-one and put it in for their first 2 of this round.
All I meant to say is we were awful goalies. Anyway, yeah, Technique now conceding the first 2 points. Paper finding themselves on the board. So they lost that first round by 4, I believe, and they're down currently by 4. Also after 4 minutes of play. This is round 2 though, not 4. But now drawing attention to the midfield. It's Tortoise with a pass over deep. No one there though, except well, a couple of blue players. So that's going to be a turnover at least temporarily, and looking like one right again on a kind of a shot, back pass, whatever you want to call it. And Paper, chance now to go for 2 in a row.
Yeah, Aiden looking for his passes, but no, just an unfortunate bounce coming out, and Tortoise is going to be able to pick it up, send it all the way through into this Paper bubble. Stack might be getting together on Technique side, and it will be Tortoise just dinging it off of that ding ring. JD picking it up. JD looking for a shot. Original was on him that whole time, but unfortunately could not get the stun.
And not able to get that stun in time, and really an opportunity there to maybe punish for Paper, because that initial missed shot, it's not too often that you'll see the goals open twice, right, or be available for 2 shots in that quick of a succession. So you know, a lot of teams are going to want to punish those easier misses, which will happen to everyone, but once they do, they got to collapse on it. Instead, they get collapsed upon in the goal, and now we're going to have to go back at the offense just to bring them back within 4. As they do approach 2v2 in the goal, looks like, and maybe one pass there. We'll do it, but no, just a shot. Nah, we'll take it out on that save. Nicely done, but right back into the bubble again, taking it back and taking it once again back into the midfield. Some great defense coming in.
Tortoise now sending it, tries to send it through, but will be Tejada picking it. Oh, actually JD picking it up and sending it in for a 3. Well played from the side of Technique. They're now up by 9.
Yeah, we're seeing some of that punishing now on 11-2 all of a sudden. Only a couple minutes ago, the 6-minute mark, it was a 4-point game, but this is starting to balloon as of the last couple minutes, so certainly needing to just recollect themselves and find some stability here. It can be done with 4 minutes, but we need to start making some of these connections and not have these unforced giveaways especially.
Now Pigeon with it on this floor. Pigeon looking for a shot, sends the pass to Aiden. Aiden gets it stolen by Tejada. Lost my words there. Will be picked up by Heck though. Heck getting stunned. JD picking it up, sending it all the way down into this Paper zone. Stack is there. Nah, trying to send the shot, but no, it will not be in.
And with that, 3.5 left. More and more clock starting to drain here. Technique has been a team. I mean, both of these teams have had plenty of success. Like I mentioned, both at 20 wins, 21 for Paper, 20 for Technique. So there's no doubting the skill level. To have this kind of win rate for either of them, it's incredible. But Paper here struggling and continuing to do so. And why? Because of this Technique defense we're seeing occur over and over in that bubble.
Will be all the way through. That Technique stack is there, but cannot get a hand on it. Will be Pigeon picking it up, getting it stunned by Tortoise. Maybe a little bit too much juking. Tortoise trying to send it to Nah cannot get the shot. will be picked up by Pigeon. Pigeon trying to send it through, but no, not all the way through. Will be JD picking it up on this back line.
And sending a quick pass just before this stuns and such came through. 2.5 remaining, and still now stuck at 11-2 for the last minute and a half. And curious to see whether some stall game comes in. You mentioned the King comparisons with extra passes. Well, talk about King. You got some stalls some of the time, and you know what? They did a lot of that just there. The disc control, they waited for the defense to be drawn out, and they found the high percentage goal. That's wonderfully executed there from Technique.
Yeah, very well executed. Indeed. Will be Paper with this joust advantage again. Heck, sending it down to Aiden. Aiden over to Original. Seen this play a couple times in this game. Original sends it to Pigeon. Pigeon inverted on the ceiling, doing a little bit of juke, sending it, going down, but gets it snatched again by JD. JD sending that clear all the way into the Paper zone.
Yeah, those dives are for Technique in their side of the floor when they're on defense. They've been pretty intense, really claustrophobic, playing up on Paper when they're trying to get their offense going. You can see Paper here, they're blazing a Paper trail down the floor, but now they're losing it off each other's hands, their heads, and it's just not finding that rhythm that you'd be used to seeing from a team like this, and just trying to, again, get that going. But minute 20 seconds left. They need that goal. They don't get it until the second attempt. Green Pigeon will dunk it back home. That was a beautiful save, but then unfortunately the stun and the delivery. So nicely done for Paper. They had to work really hard to get that goal.
Had to work very hard indeed, and it will be Technique with this just advantage again.
And so to the midfield, there's another turnover. I mean, if they make this one, right there, they're still within it. It's going to be tough, but 2 quick threes in, 40 seconds or so, maybe a little less. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be likely. But at least Paper is starting to close the gap a bit, and we know, of course, as these teams continue to compete to reach the Challenger Cup and post regular season, I mean, those points, they still make a difference. They still matter. So win or loss here, Paper putting on a good run just to close that gap.
Yeah, Original trying to put some more points on the board, bringing it close. Will be final score 10-13. Original putting more points on the board, trying to bring that lead down, trying to make the record look a little bit better on the website. And with that, clock dwindles down, and it will be Technique taking this game.
All right, so 13-10, and a strong effort from Technique. For Paper, they started showing that strength again and building steam the last minute there, but it was just, as I said, the last minute. So if they had maybe 30 more seconds, this could be a vastly different round. Could be an overtime or a round 3 up ahead, but Paper just couldn't quite get it together in time, but credit to them, they did put that run to, at least, as you said, close the gap, make the score look better on the sheet, and also on the MMR gain and loss and what have you. So with that, yeah, they improved their record to 21-12 for Technique. Paper will go to 21-10. Still incredibly I mean, they win way more than they lose for both of these teams, so hats off to them. That said, though, we do have the next match, actually. I'm almost forgetting they're scheduled to start, so we'll head to a quick intermission, but we'll be back around the corner with Rusty Robots and Phoenix.
So we are going to an intermission. We guys in a second.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back and back again. We're here at Channel 3 on Channel 3 VR Master League in the final week of the regular season. And with this next match, another one in the Diamond Division. Oh, here we go. We've got Rusty Robots, we've got Phoenix, and I was getting word, this is first of all a casted redemption, match cast redemption. Also getting word though, apparently Grumpiest Broom, who is on Phoenix, will be Grumpy's final game in VRML. And all I can say to that is I'm super sorry to hear that. Looks like, you know, other things going on in life and just won't be able to play. And with that, I'm a little bit depressed about it. It seems like us OGs from back in 2017, we're getting fewer and fewer by the month with all this growth, especially if nothing else. Even if we stayed the same, we're still outnumbered. But hey, I'm happy to be here now with Focus EXE, and casting beside me on this match.
Yeah, I believe, casted Phoenix before. I think I could totally be wrong. I should probably know this. Frenzy, who won the paper game was Tec.hni.que into, but Paper did put up a fight. And, yeah, was a good game overall. I'm hoping this one will be a good game. Both these teams are Diamond. Rusty Robots being number 25 on the ladder and Phoenix being number 29. So yeah, should be a good game. Phoenix looking to make their record, have one more win. Same with Rusty. I mean, as all teams are. Yeah, pretty excited about this one. Should be a good one. Hopefully, as these are fairly close in the ladder.
Absolutely, and with that, yeah, mentioning their record here at 16 and 13 for Rusty Robots. Phoenix standing at 21 and 14. Certainly a strong showing this season for both of these teams. Phoenix hitting that 20 win mark seems to kind of be a really a standard almost in terms of for these Diamond teams in particular. We just saw our last match here that we streamed with Paper and Technique, and again, it really tells a story of their whole season across these 15 weeks of action that has spread across since January. And with Rusty Robots, they were a big story back in Cycle 1 in January, February, those first 5-6 weeks, where they kind of surprised people. They came in that Diamond Division, and they managed to squeeze in squeeze into the Challenger Cup with a really successful weeks 3, 4, 5 basically, and they really kind of snuck into it. Unfortunately for them, they were not able to quite reach that peak, reach the mountain, and get into that Master Division, but it still tells you these players are right. It's right within their wheelhouse. And Phoenix, you know, same kind of thing here. They're coming in, really looking ahead to make their mark on this league and to show why I keep saying over the course of the year that the Diamond Division games, that's where it's at. Master is amazing, don't get me wrong, but these Diamond Dark Horse teams have been nothing short of impressive to watch.
Indeed. As we do get this round started, I'm excited to see who comes out on top, who wins this joust. It will be Rusty Robots taking this neutral joust, but Sniper is there for the side of Phoenix to pick it up and clear it. Grumpy is getting stunned. Beach Flare now sending it down to Antarctics.
All right, and with possession there going to the midfield, actually slipping by the midfield defender for that back out, so this is going to just slide right into the bubble. But that said, plenty of time to recover. Not too worried there. Beach Flare getting rid of that one, trying to evade that midfielder, and they'll do so successfully. Chaining down the floor in quick succession, but bouncing it off the pole, so frantic start and pace of this round.
Yeah, Grumpiest is going to get it cleared down, but picked up by that very backline player is Vanquish. Antarctics sends it over to Beach Flare. Beach Flare looking for this 1-on-4, and Beach Flare is going to convert for a 2.
Looking cool, calm, and collected there. Just sitting out on that bow and And with that, wrap it up. It's a gift. Speaking of, look at that. We've got the gift of love in the Twitch chat. B-Love. What's up? B-Love and Dragon, Burnsy, as well as King Kuda. In case you didn't catch it there, B-Love, just from old-time player of Echo to another. This is Grumpiest' last game in VRML and perhaps Echo, period. So kind of sad about that, but glad we get to cast and get a encore here from the Broom.
Yeah, unfortunately, one wants to hear that. But Grumpiest with this disc now, under no pressure, looking for his option, sends it up to Sniper. Sniper over to Breezebo. Breezebo over to Vacant. Vacant gets an ender, but before that, Selkoid able to slap it out of their bubble.
And Grumpy is now taking it over. Good pass. Nicely done from Grumpy to Sniper. And that was the snipe of a pass that really opened up the opportunity for that to happen to begin with. Great job from Grumpy to tie it up here. Courtesy Sniper on the goal.
Pass indeed. What a snipe, as Palidore said. It will be Vanquish. Sorry, got that name screwed up a little bit. Over to Antarctics. Antarctics down to Beach Flare, but a good stop there from Vacant. Vacant tries to send it out, but a good interception from Selkoid. Selkoid down to Beach Flare. Beach Flare looking for another opportunity, but no, another save from Vacant, and Vacant is going to try to get this clear.
Oh man, that is indeed a vacant space inside that goal, owning it all by himself. What a series of great grabs to now open up some offense, perhaps. Their Sniper had that last goal, passing it off to Grumpy. Grumpy from the bottom gets knocked out, though, as it will be rebounded by Sniper. Sniper, good recovery, great pass. Grumpy around the back, but snagged out by Selkoid. So take a picture, take a Polaroid even, as they go back to the blue side, bouncing it high and bouncing it down. Rebound, Grumpy.
It will be slapped out. No one picking it up. All the players are overshooting it, but will be eventually picked up and cleared out by Phoenix here. Now bouncing dangerously close in this Rusty Robot's bubble, but no. Able to get the clear is Rusty Robot.
Midfield there taken by Antarctics. Antarctics over to Selkoid, evading the defense. A bouncer bit off though. Thought perhaps the anchor player was still there, but Antarctics still gets it at least for a second until Sniper's there for the recovery, but hiding behind the block way in the back there was Vanquish, who does also get a clear.
Beach Flare picking it up and quickly getting stunned out. Selkoid now on the ceiling with it, sending it over to Antarctics. Antarctics losing the hand on it. Maybe a pass to Beach Flare, maybe a recovery from Beach Flare, but nevertheless, it is Beach Flare getting another two.
Whatever it was, I thought it was on purpose. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but either way, assuming it was on purpose, that was a nice move. Kind of dove into a series of defenders, 2 or 3 of them piling right on the face, essentially. Had the teammate behind, so basically just used himself as a crash test dummy to open up the lanes and break that barricade for the shot.
Indeed, it will be a big Stunfest coming out. Grumpy is coming out with it, though. Sending it over to Breezebo. Breezebo over to Sniper. Sniper coming in for one-on-one. No, goes for a pass, but no. Grumpy is unable to pick it up, and it will be Rusty Robots getting the clear.
And with an open goal at the other side of it as well, there's a 3. Selkoid putting them up 7-2 here in this first round to open things up on our second stream in a row on this channel.
Yeah, Rusty Robots is totally doing awesome right now, and same with Phoenix. Both teams are doing great, but unfortunately Phoenix not able to convert on some of their points. It will be Vacant cubing over to Grumpiest. Grumpiest through to Sniper. Sniper over to Breezebo. Breezebo can't get the hand on it. Sniper will recover and send the reset to Vacant.
So Vacant casually strolling up the floor, looking for someone to hand it off to. Sniper with a disc, bouncing it high, needs to be careful. Breezebo sending it left lane, but cut off too soft. And Sniper, though, recovery, taken back by Selkoid. Hands have been very active there defensively for Selkoid and co, as Rusty Robots have another chance at another goal, barely missing, and Sniper rebounds and sends.
The Sniper is going to get that clear out, just kind of stuck in this mid zone. Will be Vacant picking it up. Vacant looking for this offense for the side of Phoenix. Vacant carrying it up under no pressure. Vacant sending it over to Sniper. Sniper is not able to get it, but will be Breezebo with the recollection. Breezebo doing a little dance, sending it up to Grumpiest. Grumpiest sending it to Vacant. Vacant looking for another pass to Sniper, and Sniper is going to plant it for a 2.
Nice underhanded fling there. Just kind of snapped it up right at the goalpost. Great placement to make it all the more tricky to actually grab. And with that, yeah, they're back within 3. There's 3.5 minutes left in this opening round. So good job to stay headstrong and get right back in this game as they go on defense and nearly cause a turnover just thanks to that speedy stack alone, and some more speedy stacks along the way. But unfortunately, the push, the pull, the double-edged sword of all that speed and that aggression is, if you do miss it, well, you leave the goal open just like that.
Yeah, nice passing play coming out from that joust advantage was Rusty Robots. Rusty Robots getting another quick 2. Yeah, we will see what Phoenix can do now. Vacant with it. Vacant sending it over to Sniper. Sniper sending it through to Grumpiest. Grumpiest looking for their offense. Tries to send it over to Breezebo. Breezebo cannot get a hand on it. And it is now bouncing loose. Breezebo trying to get a hand on it, but a good stun and good interception there from Vacant on this back line.
And Vacant from that back line, forwarding it here. Grumpiest Broom now from the edge of the bubble, looking for another knife of a pass right to the cutting defender. But that defender was, well, cut off, unfortunately, by a pair of defenders. As those same defenders, they're going to stack up after this clear. And look at the speed here they're showing, actually from both teams, because credit to Phoenix, they did get back. But yeah, really efficient are those stacks on every end of the floor right now for them.
That being said, Grumpiest now on that back line with a good interception. Grumpiest sending it all the way down, but good stack there coming out from Selfvoid and Robots player. But that Breezebo over to Grumpiest. Grumpiest trying to get a shot there, but no, just a little low, and it will be Antarctics getting a clear out.
So once more in a familiar territory as it goes into the blue bubble. Grumpiest Broom is there for a recovery, at least slaps it out. Slings it rather until the defense arrives. Antarctics though taking it back, and another chance. Rusty Robots anchor shot from Beach Flare is off, but rebound there to the wedge. Selkoid bouncing it over right under the barrier. Some dancing, some passing, and some scoring at that 11-4.
An awesome bounce pass to Antarctics, and Antarctics looking for that return to Selkoid, and Selkoid getting in another 2 for Rusty Robots. Good passing play, good finish, and yeah, Phoenix now with this just advantage again, looking to put a little bit more points on the board before this round ends. But unfortunately, Selkoid getting it, losing it off the head of their teammate twice in a row, I think. And Sniper now trying to get it out, not all the way. Beach Flare there, getting stunned. Good stack from Breezebo and Grumpiest. They're going to try to get the clear, maybe do a dribble, but no, it is stuck in this mid zone.
And stuck into the hands of Grumpiest Broom, who definitely has a propensity for grabbing those loose discs oftentimes. Now, that said, nothing loose. That was a tight pass. Woven from Vacant to Sniper at the backboard area. They're going to collapse on that goal to get their 6th point, as this round does soon come to a close.
And this round is going to be in the hands of Rusty, but maybe off of that last point, maybe off of another point, they could build up a little bit of momentum. See if they can, but with that 5 seconds left, it is not going to be possible. Round 1 goes to Rusty.
And eyeing down the next round, just trying to come back into it for the side of Phoenix. Do what they do, their namesake, of course. So, as mentioned, these teams, 21-14 record for Phoenix, 21-14, 16-13 for Rusty Robots. So both of these teams have been busy all season long here, as you can tell. For Rusty Robots, coming in this match, the favored ones here. Technically, even though you see there's more games played from Phoenix, just it will be a slight advantage to Rusty, 25th currently on the ranks. And Phoenix at 29, so not a lot of separation, but enough separation. And whatever happens here, these are teams that as I said, I'm supremely impressed with. I don't think there'll be implications for the Challenger Cups based on these results. It is a tight race, but probably not. But at the same time, every one of these wins still counts, and being able to finish the season strong, that way you can head into a confident off-season and even a more confident Season 4 when that starts up. It's still very real. Focus, because I talk about a lot the momentum from round to round, but even momentum season to season. When you end strong, it makes it nicer coming back into the next season being prepared for confidence.
Could not agree with you more there, Palidore, as this Future Joust comes back in, will be won by Phoenix, bouncing close to that goal, but no, not in. But Vacant picking it up. Good stop there from Beach Flare. Beach Flare is going to get the clear.
Definitely not in. Yeah, great defense. We saw a lot of that, and even latching on for some quick boosts. And the 3, they won't need the boost, they just need that rebound. And that goal was made like nothing, and Ardix melting it.
Ardix putting it in for a 3 off of that clear. What a shot. And putting Phoenix here with this Joust advantage in the second round. Maybe seeing a repeat of the first round, but it is too close to start time to tell. But Sniper is going to send it over to Grumpiest. Grumpiest looking for their options. Grumpiest carrying it up under no pressure whatsoever. Grumpiest gets pressure by that stack, though. Maybe a little bit too much pressure. Dribble coming in will be picked up by Beach Flare. Beach Flare, good ender. And Beach Flare just lightly putting it in for a...
See, that's just the dangers of this level of play and team chemistry when you have such quick stackers, even as you were play calling it live, saying has no pressure. You weren't wrong either. There was no pressure until you finished that phrase, and then suddenly there was. That is the degree of speed that we see from these teams. So it can look absolutely clear and open one day, and then suddenly you're being rained and poured on by a bunch of defenders thanks to those stacks.
Yes, stacks are a very dangerous thing if you are going against a good one. But with that being said, good stop there from Sniper. Just absolutely stopping another point coming in from Rusty. And Rusty is going to try to get another point here, but no, Sniper there in that bubble. Gonna get that clear. Stack is coming through. Maybe an open goal, but no. Both of these stacks are going to overshoot it. And Ardix is going to get it out of their bubble.
Making an absolute beeline for the disc on those stacks. Good handoff there, but will be actually knocked loose. And again, off the body. We've seen that a few times already across, well, both these matches on stream today, but even in the last few minutes alone. A stun coming in hot, but Sniper with a quick snag away, trying to evade, but holds on a little bit too long there, which is a thing that has happened a few times here. I'm noticing where they hold on to this for just maybe half a second too long, and next thing you know, they're punished by that defense coming in from Rusty.
And it will be Beach Flare has the open 3. Gonna take the open 3. Gonna drain the open
3. Drain is right. They're just taking these really high confidence and punishing shots. Started out with that open 3 and just got another one there. So definitely feeling in a good rhythm. Not a lot of hesitation whatsoever being shown, and that's how you know that a team is feeling good, feeling confident in what they're doing so far in this match.
And it will be Grumpiest sending it all the way through, but Vanquish there on the back line sending it out, but no, not all the way out. Still stuck up in that trap. Breezebow sending it over to Sniper. Sniper getting stunned by Beach Flare. Good defense, good steal. Maybe a shot, maybe a mail slot, but no, not all the way in. Takes a bounce, and Breezebow is in that bubble to recover, but a good stun. And Ardix putting another 2 in the board. They're up by 10.
Say it again, high confident shots on both of those. The mail slot a little bit off, but rebounded it quickly, didn't get discouraged by the initial miss, and then taking a fadeaway. I know it was a close range shot, but still, a fader nonetheless. Those are not the easiest ones to hit, going against your own momentum and still trying to get that goal. So, dangerous situation. Certainly, as they're down by 10, they need to score here. Let's see if they can, then they will. Sniper gets it done.
Sniper, good job recognizing that it is an open one-on-one. Good job finishing it on that one-on-one. So a good play all around. So it will be back into the hands of Rusty Robots on the shots advantage, sending it over to Selkoid. Selkoid trying to send it over to Antarctics. Antarctics cannot pick it up, but it will be Beach Flare picking it up. Good steal there from Breezebow. Breezebow sending it all the way down, but that player is on the back line.
Bit of an unforced turnover there, so see if they can punish. A bouncer will just go directly into maybe a self-rebound, but no, it's a missed opportunity because they had 4 players on for Phoenix ready to go for the offense, but that rough bounce will undo things as we approach this halfway point, and possession back, only the 2 points on the board so far as they try and scramble for this recovery.
Will be vanquished there, sending in a shot, but a good stop there from Sniper. Sniper sending it all the way down into this Rusty Robot side. Will be a stack coming in from Grumpiest. Grumpiest with the open goal, and Grumpiest is going to get that 2.
All right, they're back in it, and they're fine. They're only down by 6. There's still a lot of time, so we got to take that as a positive now in the catapult here as they respawn, and hopefully in their comms, they're saying to themselves and thinking to themselves, hey, let's calm it down because we're within reach. We've got a lot of time to burn, and we know what we're capable of as a team offensively, so this is no problem. You know, it's a hill, not a mountain.
Yes, and it will be Grumpiest, sending it all the way back into this Rusty Robot side, maybe picked up by this deep backline player, and it is vanquished, sending the clear back into this Phoenix side, stuck up in that trap. Antarctic sending in a shot, but no, good stop there from Vacant. Vacant sending it over to Grumpiest, and Grumpiest gets stunned out by Antarctics. Antarctics looking for more offense. Antarctics cross it to Beach Flare. Beach Flare to Selkoid, and Selkoid is going to put it in for the bounce off of the Ding Ring, I think.
Yeah, just slung that one in there, and it took the nice bounce. Definitely going for a pocket. That was, as always is the case with those, you're just a centimeter or 2 off from that being a make or a miss oftentimes. So it really requires confidence, precision, and that's exactly what they had on that shot to push the Muck up by a triple. 12-4, 3.5 still remaining here, and chances starting to dwindle if they can't get this back soon.
And will be no one picking it up in this bubble. Will be Grumpiest, though, getting the slap out of their bubble, at least, not all the way out of their zone. And, this attack is still ongoing from Rusty, sending the bounce pass over to Antarctics. Antarctics crossing it back to Selkoid. Selkoid down to Beach Flare. Beach Flare cannot get the hand on it, though. Will be Antarctics picking it up, trying to send it to Beach Flare. Beach Flare cannot get it again. I think he was stunned. And it will be Selkoid now resuming this offense. Beach Flare now able to get it. Beach Flare looking for this pass, but no, can't get it. Grumpy-ish trying to get it out, but no, Vacant is going to slap it out.
It's a tough go around on the offense there. They showed some good control, but just that last pass is what undid it. 2.5 now, but another turnover potentially going straight back. It looks like to Rusty Robots, so Rusty sending it into the opposite lane, where it will be snagged now by Sniper. Sniper with a push up the floor has Grumpy there. There's one covering the goal, make it 2, and a stun as well from the back, so causing some more havoc. Beach Flare sends it out of there. And this is going to be looking like another shot opportunity, actually denied, getting stunned, so Grumpy clears.
Awesome defense coming out from Phoenix. Maybe they can follow it up, but no, Selkoid is there to get it, but a good interception from Breezebow. Breezebow sending it to Grumpiest. Grumpiest looking for this cut, but Sniper is not able to get the hand, and it will be Beach Flare picking up on this wall off the head of Antarctics. Will be Vacant. Vacant gets stunned. Disc is now loose, picked up by Sniper. Sniper looking for the shot. Good stun there, and a good clear into the Phoenix zone.
Okay, well, that aforementioned hill has now become a bit of a mountain at this point, especially if another shot goes here. The goalie being stunned out, looking for maybe a gentle alley-oop, got kind of stunned in the process of the pass, but nonetheless, Selkoid trying to recover at the sideline. They're going to do just that with a grab from Beach Flare. This last minute of action in this second round, dwindling and much in the favor of Rusty Robots to take a sweep as Sniper just tries to make it close.
And now a shot coming in. Good headbutt save coming out from Vanquish. I think that was a headbutt save. I have no idea if that was intentional or not, but will be slapped out by Antarctics. Stack is trying to get through with 50 seconds to go in this round. It is going to be a very hard comeback, if at all possible. And yeah, Vacant picking it up, sending it to Sniper. Good ender on that Rusty stack. Sniper sending it to Grumpiest. Grumpiest might have the one-on-one here, and Grumpiest is going to put it in for another 2.
All right, well, that's going to secure it for them, it looks like here. So that one shot for 3 and that save, that was pretty much the dagger in more ways than one. That kind of, it was a great looking shot, but with that denial, kind of destroyed the ability to come back. And I mean, sometimes when it rains, it pours, like I said, and they're just going to pour one more shot. Beach Flare, 15-6, and that is going to conclude this match here in the 2-rounders. As we go to the score screen here momentarily. Thank you guys for joining on the stream over there in the Twitch chat. You see King and AB Chu and Smooth Raiden as well stopping by and feel up once again. Glad to have you guys here, for sure.
Glad to have all of you. But it will be Rusty Robots coming out with this win. Hopefully my stats do work, and they do. Hooray. My stats do work. But before we close out this cast, I'd like to give our sponsors a little shout here, and those are ProTube VR, Asterion Products, Fixed Gaming, VR Cover, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, VRware.net. And I also want to give you, the viewer, a shout, because none of this would be possible without you. So we thank you for taking your time out of your day and taking you know, whatever you are doing, and coming to support and watch these streams. And last thing I want to say before I hand it back off to Pally is tune in April 15th and 16th for the finals. Going to be the hypest games of this season. Going to be great. So tune in April 5th or May 15th and 16th for that finals. So everyone here and on the casters team is hype for those matches. Gonna be great. Make sure you get in here and watch those too.
Yeah, April 15th and 16th. Coming at us so fast, we already missed it. But yeah, next month, for sure, a few weeks away. We have, I mean, Challengers Cup in another week. We have finals here in a couple more. It's gonna be stellar for sure. For those who might have seen, announced the totaling of a prize pool there, 7,000 for Echo this season in cash and prizes, and other prizes being put together. So stay tuned for a few more specifics in the near future. Beyond that, yeah, I think that'll do it. We've had the channels all rolling here throughout the night, hence you know, channel 3 going. We've had 1, 2, and 3 all currently occupied. You have Newton Dad, Doc Education, and Luke manning Channel 1. I think Dimmy was also there earlier on. JG and Solar P in Channel 2 at the moment. And us here on Channel 3 for these last couple matches. But yeah, with that, thank you everyone again for joining. And until next time, I've been Palidore, and casting beside me was Focus, EXE, also doing the cameras by the by. And yeah, until then, be happy, be healthy, and be safe. And if you do, please be good to each other. And we're going to see you again very soon. Have a good night.
And we're underway.
Season 3 of VR Master League Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Rebuff Reality, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and vrware.net.